Meanwhile, in other news, the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, in Las Vegas, he's trying to ensure that he can get more votes when it comes to the voting out there. Particularly hot weekend in Las Vegas and a lot of part of the country.
100 degrees.
Yeah, no kidding. They hired extra medics. They loaded up on fans, water bottles. People could use the umbrellas because the temperatures were over 100 degrees. But nonetheless, the reason they stood out there, they wanted to hear him, and he did not let them down. Here's some of what the former president had to say.
Now we have a lot of Democrats that are coming over because really we're the party of common sense. Less than 4 years ago, I handed Crooked Joe the strongest, most secure border in the history of our country. This is a different level. This is the worst border in the history of the world. We took in hundreds of millions of dollars, and much of it was small money donors. Hundreds of thousands of people contributed that they wouldn't have except for the court case. And our poll numbers are higher now than they were before because the people are watching and they know a fake deal. For those hotel workers and people that get tips, you're going to be very happy because when I get to office, we are going to not charge taxes on tips, people making tips. People are saying to themselves, were we better off 4 years ago or are we better off now?
The other thing that stands out about his speech is he's having a better time than I can ever remember him. Goes back to maybe 2015. He's kind of going off. For a guy that knows he's going to be sentenced July 11th, he could end up in jail. And gone through all the stress of everything else. I think that he sees the polls. This is the best polling he's ever had. It doesn't mean he's won, but it's the best polling he ever had. Imagine being in Nevada, place you lost by 3 points, and you're up on every poll 4, and 2 polls ago he's up by 12.
I got to tell you. I'm sorry, Ainsley.
Go ahead.
So, obviously, at a Trump rally, you get the comedy.
Yeah.
All right, he's going to do his performance and everything, going to go off script. But I have to say, I've been impressed with the discipline on the message, on the issues. And for most Americans, it is common sense. Do you want a secure border or not? Do you want to pay more taxes or not? Do you think people should be paying taxes on their tips? Do you want law and order in the country?
Do you want to close the border?
Do you want to close the border?
Do you want a strong military?
The interesting thing is, so Gallup ran this same poll 4 years ago, and 56% of Americans said they were better off, but they still went with Joe Biden. The question is, have things gotten so bad now? That was when things were going good in the country. Have they gone so bad that people are willing to change the way they vote? And I think that is what we're going to be looking. It's not a matter of people think Donald Trump is better for them. We already know that. It was the same thing 4 years ago. Are people willing to take his personality and vote in their best interest?
And the difference in this election that we've seen in past elections, we have 2 guys running against each other who have both been president.
Right.
So you actually can do that comparison. You can say, were
4
you
years,
better
4
off?
years.
Were you better off? Maybe you're making the same amount of money, but is your dollar going farther under or further under Biden or under Trump? Well, you see inflation. Inflation was, what, 1.4 when Donald Trump was in office? And now then we've seen as high as, what, 7%, 8%, 9% under Joe Biden.
Everything, Ainsley, is 20% and 19
more
something.
than what it used to be.
Yeah, exactly. And so ultimately, there are a lot of things that have gone haywire with the country over the last 3.5 years. But I think it is, to your point, Lawrence, and we've been talking about this for months, it's the bread and butter issue.
That's it.
Everything costs so much.
And that's
these days.
common sense. I like the party of common sense.
Yeah.
I hope he continues with that.
I bought 6 chicken thighs at the height of the pandemic. They
Lefties
were
or righties?
$5.
Lefties or righties?
Chicken thighs.
Yeah. Righties are more expensive because usually chickens are right-handed.
Is that true?
No.
They have hands?
Just keep telling your
You know
story.
nothing about farming.
Keep telling your story. Dawn does the good cooking in that house. Yeah.
I've been to the grocery store 1 million times. I've never seen left or right chicken thighs.
Yeah, you got to look closer.
Anyway,
you're always in such a rush.
During the pandemic, they were $4.50. I bought them yesterday. They were $11.
It's a lot of thighs.
So, Steve,
That's a lot of thighs. And
he likes thighs.
It impacts everybody. Everything we buy costs more, and now there are apparently labels left or right.
Why not? Yeah, why not try breasts?
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you why. There's more flavor.
He's not a breast guy.
There's more flavor in the chicken thighs.
Is that a breast? Really?
Here's the deal, Steve, and you've been doing this for 25 plus years. The thing is with Brian, you just
Shopping?
gotta ignore the comments from him. He tries to get you off guard.
I know. I'm
Just
just
tell me what the raise is.
You're making
that is so rude.
fair point, and then he hops in.
But it didn't throw him, though. It didn't throw him.
To his defense,
Yeah.
I love that.
You do? Right.
I love it when he says that thing that makes no sense.
Right.
I've never heard that before. Now I've got to look it up because I love that.
You're pro-nonsense.
We went from Donald Trump talking about common sense to Brian making no sense.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that very insulting transition.
Right.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.